Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. It is, of course, Nerdsey, and things are, of course, going pretty well. Last time, we went ahead and we built this ore industry area on this island that just spawned 4 trucks at exactly the same time, which is a bit weird, but okay. We built this, and it's been making us a little bit of money. It's not really making as much as I would like, but today, hopefully we can change that a little bit. Hopefully we can upgrade it a little bit, and hopefully we can start getting the money really rolling in to Nerdsey. That's my goal, that's my hope. But that's not the only thing I want to do. I have a little bit of a silly idea for today. So I've been going back and forth on this, and I wasn't sure I was actually going to do it. I recorded like a 30-minute episode. I recorded this episode, and then I deleted it, which is kind of a recurring theme for this series that I should probably be worried about, but we'll glance over it for the time being. I have been looking at this curve that we have down here, this industrial area, and I've realized that this whole thing is staggered and even and is all sort of running in parallel to each other. This road here is 10 units, this road here is 10 units, and so on. This right here, if I'm not mistaken, is a 10 by 10 curve. It absolutely is. This right here, therefore, is a 20 by 20 curve. I'm thinking I could get like a star in here, and you might be thinking, hold on, what do you mean by a star? Like a star? What is that going to look like? Well, I'm going to show you, because I think it'd be kind of a cool design for the city. I think it'll be something a little bit different. So if we go there by 10 and we go here by 10, what we can then do, because this outer road is actually 40 by 40, is we can go out by 40, out to about here. We can go down by 40, and then we can do the same up here, doing a 40 by 40 curve. And then if we were to do 10 across here and 10 down here, if we just do another 40 by 40 space, that was 41, we end up with sort of a star shape, which is a bit weird, but I kind of dig it. I think it's kind of cool, and I think that could be a really cool, like, city center style space. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could go from the middle, like, straight through like this as well. So if that's a thing we ever need to do, that is kind of an option. But what I think is especially cool about this is if I go 10 in each of these directions here, we can stagger this so it's going to be really similar to the layout of the industrial area. So these roads are going to be 30 by 30, giving us, again, that sort of staggered look, giving us all these curves and keeping the sort of trend of Nerdsey, which is that it's very curvy, and I kind of like that. I think Nerdsey is going to be a thick, curvy boy. Yeah, I just said that out loud. Okay. You ever say something and then and your mind just immediately goes, no. Your mind just immediately goes, no. You're never saying that again. I just had that moment. I just 100% had that moment. Anyway, I want to continue this just one more time down here, so that we're going to have these 4 curved roads the whole way around. So we can sort of do this kind of thing. And what I'm thinking is we can do that at the corner. And that's a bit weird looking, but we could do like little parks there as well. So if we do this sort of thing, we can get like nice little parks in those corners, we can decorate it, and that's something I want to do with Nerdsey. I want to make it look nice. I want to make it look as nice as it possibly can. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to be so bold as to change up this area a little bit. We're going to take out a bunch of these roads and trees and all that stuff, a bunch of this zoning as well. And I want to see if I can get away with doing that same thing just here. So that's going to give us that same shape the whole way around. It gives us the exact same shape the entire way around. This whole thing is now symmetrical. It does have industry, which is less than ideal, but I think that's okay. What I'd like to do next, though, is try and just get this all connected together again. I can bring that straight down. I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to take out these roads and just go down and sort of, I guess, around the symmetry there. So something like this should do the job, and then something like that will connect it all back together. This is very much looking like it could become a main road in here. I think I'll keep an eye on that and just hope that it doesn't, but we'll come back to it. I think this kind of layout is one that is definitely more aesthetic than function. This is definitely going to be one of those kinds of areas. And I'm definitely looking at it and thinking that I do kind of want to have the main connections be either going in like this, so straight to that midpoint, or an avenue that comes up to, say, there, and then breaks off like that. That might not be a bad idea, because if we did that, then suddenly 2 lanes come in, go straight that way, 2 come out, go that way. That could also work, but I think we'll need to hold off because we don't have the money to do any of that right now. So we're just gonna chill a little bit. I'm also thinking that each of the corners of this place can be its own district. So let's start painting that in. We don't have the old town policy yet, but that's not too big a deal. I'm not really worried about it. We can totally get ourselves the old town policy shortly. I think we need 4,000 people for it. So we're going to need to deal with the residential demand that we have. And that is going to get us, hopefully, the old town policy. Ah, man, I'm still just thinking of the thick, curvy boy thing. I can't remember. That was like a meme for a while, wasn't it? People going, look at that boy. Like that was, I can't believe I'm serious. Okay. You know, I often remember in part 1 of this series, I was like, yeah, I've become less cynical lately. Apparently that meant that I just don't make sense and talk about memes. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but it's what we're doing apparently. That's apparently my life. So yeah. That's what's going on with me. How are you doing? How's it going? Let's move swiftly on, shall we? Really not sure where to go on from here. Tell you what I do want to do though. I do want this all to be a park. So I'm gonna just paint that in here as well, because I think this middle area being a park could be kind of perfect. I think people will opt to walk across it a lot because it is gonna be the quickest way to sort of get through here. And I do think it being like almost the middle of the city could be really cool. I like that idea. I always like the Central Park idea. I think if you've watched me play Cities before, you'll know I always kind of dabble in the idea of having a big green space in the middle of everything. And it's something I've tried to do in more recent series as well, is just have like more green space in there, more parks, more breaks in all of the urban planning. I want to do that because I just think it looks nice. I really do. I think it looks cool. I think it looks nice. I think it just really, you know, makes a place look a little bit more realistic. And I don't want to be like, yeah, I go for realistic city design and Cities Skylines, because I don't. I think everyone can tell that I don't really go for realistic. I usually go for what I think looks cool, and then it usually ends up not working. But I do think there's just something really nice about, like, you know, if we turn on this view, it's kind of hard to see it right now, but when this all gets like high density, this little park will stick out, and I think that's nice. I think that'll look good. You know, this roundabout will stick out. This area here will stick out, and I like that. I want to try and have some nature with all of my urban development. I also saw someone post on, oh boy, I don't know if it was Reddit, Twitter, Discord, wherever. Someone mentioned that this bridge might take away from the zoo idea that I had for this space. And I actually kind of completely agree with that. But I'm slightly tempted to keep it regardless, because I like to imagine, well, no, I was gonna say I like to imagine that would be a really cool view going over this bridge, and on either side of you is the zoo. You can look down into the animals. But then I realized it's 2019, there's gonna be some kids on Instagram get up on this bridge and throw cigarettes at the monkeys. So, I mean, that doesn't happen in Cities Skylines, but Instagram influencers are kind of the worst thing. Like, I saw a thing on Reddit recently where And I guarantee you this is only because Chernobyl is popular right now. That's out of context, that sounds weird. There's a show, I think, on HBO called Chernobyl. And it's like really popular right now. And I need to watch it because apparently it's very good. But because of that, there's people like Instagram influencers going to Chernobyl and modeling. And it's weird. It's really, really weird. I'm also debating whether or not I'm going to get rid of this industry, which I think I absolutely am. It's weird because you see, like, there's pictures of these like people wearing almost nothing in Pripyat, which is the top. Like, if you've played Call of Duty 4 or heard any of the memes, you'll know it's the whole 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. It's that thing. Like, that actually happened. So it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I have a thing sort of against Instagram influencers. They just sort of rub me the wrong way. Also, taxes are 12%. I think we did that last time. I'm really wanting to get more residential zoning in here. I think we're gonna have to start doing it. We do have 55,000, so I think we can afford it. So let's go ahead and start zoning it over here. And yeah, I don't really like Instagram influencers. There's something so fake about it. I know media and all that is sort of fake regardless, and I don't want to get into like, you know, I don't mean like fake news type stuff, but I just mean like everyone on the internet's a little bit fake, except me. You should totally subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am literally the best person you are ever. I can't. But yeah, it's really weird. And on top of that, you always see these like videos of people doing dumb things to try and get famous on the internet. Like, there was a guy who, I don't remember what he did exactly, but he committed a felony, right, is what he did. In the United States, this dude committed a felony. I think he either stole a car or just led the police on a pursuit. It was something like that. And this guy's idea was he would do this and then copyright claim all of the videos on YouTube of this pursuit and use that to make money. Because it was basically his way of sticking up a middle finger at like the news. He would do this and then copyright strike all of the news networks that like publish this on their YouTube channels. And I'm just like, dude, that wouldn't have even 10 years ago, that just wouldn't have happened. But we live in a world where that's possible, and that's weird to me. Like, the guy's a bit of an idiot regardless, but that's weird, man. Like, who thinks of that? You know what I mean? Who really thinks of that? Who is like, oh, you know what'd be a great idea? Committing a felony and then copyright striking the videos, lads. Like, I just what? Are you, like, I understand, you know, people can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Dense. Dense is probably the word I'm looking for. But, really? Like, really? You're gonna yeah, I don't know. That's one of the weirdest things I've heard someone try and do. I've also had a thought here. I want to bring some avenues down either side of this. So let me do I want to do a different type of avenue? I don't think I do. I think well, we could do this one. We could do like the 8-lane roads or the 6 lanes with mediums. Let's do the 6 lanes with medians. And let me do here down to about there. And then on this side, I kind of want to do the same thing, but I need to get rid of all that road. So we're not going to bother doing that just yet. But what I want to do is I actually want to continue these roads straight through here. And this might cause some tricky stuff later on. I also want to make sure it's forced onto the ground. This might cause some tricky stuff later on. That's a lot of intersections really close to each other. But I think we'll manage. And I think what we can do is we can have these two avenues sort of link together here. So something like that. And then maybe this bit could be a little bit bigger. So that should be okay. That'll loop around. That'll give access to this area. I think I want to do the same down here. And this is all mostly because I actually ever so slightly do want to box this in. I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. Because if I don't, then I'm just going to be inclined to keep doing silly road layouts. And I don't think that's a good idea. You know, I do want the city to be successful. I do want it to grow and develop and do cool things. So, you know, maybe silly road layouts. They can be a thing, just not too much. I'm also thinking that I want to take this out. And I do want to continue this up into that road. And then maybe these could continue straight up as well. No, I think we're okay for the time being. I'm also thinking we could actually take out some of these roads in these middle spaces, or something like that. I think we'll do that as well. So take those out so that we don't have every road connecting through. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's better. We don't really need those intersections as close together, though. So maybe we'll space... Oh, no. Maybe we'll space this out slightly differently. Yeah, that'll be better. So a little bit more regularly, we have these intersections that can take you into this area. We'll do the same over here shortly. I'm going to need to take out that road that goes around there. But fortunately, this area is building up and we still have demand for residential. So let me take it out of there and let me go in and fill up this space. And just take that out, take this little bit out. And I'm hoping that power can bridge that gap. But just in case it can't, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to start building our park in here. So I want to do that spot and I want to do that spot. And I think we're going to go around. We're going to do essentially 2 entrances on either part of the road here, or either end of the park, which has given us very little money, but that's fine. And then we're basically just going to connect all this together, is my thinking. That's kind of what I want to do. I'm also wondering if actually it would be a better idea to try and do some curved roads here, or some curved paths, because we could very well do that, which I kind of like. I kind of dig that. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. I think we're going to do that. And then we'll find out a way to have it also connect in the middle, so you can go straight through this area without having to, Oh. Wait, what? Oh, the ore area level up. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to have to deal with that in just a second. But I like this. I think that's kind of cool. I do want to, I think, do this, though. I think that might be a good idea. So that's 20 across. That's 20 across. That's 20, and that's 20. I like that a lot. And then we could do through the middle as well if we really wanted to, which I think I do want to do. So that's about the midpoint there. That can go into there, and that can go to there. So now you can go straight through that. That actually looks kind of interesting. I don't think I could get a 45-degree angle off of there. I actually totally could, interestingly, but we'll not bother. Actually, we totally could. We can totally do that. Well, that's it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have, like, this weird shape. Oh, hold on. What is this? What does this look like? I like it. I actually kind of really like that. I think it's different. Like, it's kind of a cool city center looking thing. And we do have people walking around here. I mean, good luck navigating everything, but we do have people walking around here. We have this, like, ridiculous looking area in the middle. I think it looks nice. I do think it looks nice. So what I want to do, I think, is I want to get this built up, and it looks like we need more garbage collection as well. So should we start moving garbage collection out to the ore industry possibly? And should we maybe start, you know, upgrading the ore industry a little bit so we can get some small underground ore mines as well as the glass manufacturing? Might not be a bad idea. In fact, it looks like I can get one right in there, which I'm going to do. So that's going to go right there. That'll need water because of course it will. But we can totally do that. So we'll give it water to about there, there, and there. And we'll go to about there. So that'll give them water. That'll hopefully get up and running. What else do we have? We had the glass manufacturing plant. That costs 25,000. I don't know where I could put this. I'm not actually 100% sure. In there could work. In there could definitely work if we got rid of that other road. So I think we will. I think we'll put the glass manufacturing plant just there, and that should... yeah, that should be fine. We'll get that up and working. I might paint some terrain around it at some point, but hopefully that'll start bringing us even more money. I'm also noticing ridiculous residential demand currently, so let's just keep filling up these areas. Honestly, I kind of thought this area in the middle here would be largely commercial and offices, but apparently I was wrong. We'll just fill it... you know what? We'll just fill it all up with residential, and then I think we'll do commercial and offices on, like, the outside parts. As for industry, I'm really not sure where to put it. I don't want to fill this space up because that'll be pretty bad for people living there. So hopefully that ends up working out. I think also, how much is it for a recycling plant? It is 16,000. Well, we just about have 16,000. So let's do a recycling plant done here. I don't think that's going to hurt too much. I think I might actually just move you over by 1, and then we can throw a recycling plant. Oh, we don't have enough money. We'll get the money, then we'll put the recycling plant just in here. And that should be pretty good. That'll deal with garbage collection in this area as well, which is definitely going to be something we want to be doing. So, oh, we got this as well. Oh, fantastic. We're also a busy town. Nice. All right, well, I'll tell you what we need to do then. We need to take the district zoning off of these roads here. Because we do... well, actually, do we want people driving around here from area to area? I think we do. I think we're going to need that, even though we have the avenue on the outside. Yeah, I think having that inner road is going to be a good idea. So let's just remove all of this district zoning the whole way around. And we'll go down to about here, and yeah, that'll kind of work. Let's go to Thornton Square, policies, and Old Town on all of these. We kind of need Old Town on a lot of them, really. So this one can have Old Town, this one can have Old Town, this one can have Old Town, and I'm gonna encourage biking. Actually, do we, you know what? Let me go to city-wide policies and just encourage biking everywhere, because that seems like kind of a cool idea. And we could filter industrial waste a little bit. We're not going to do that just yet, though. But we'll encourage biking just absolutely everywhere and hope for the best. We also got a bunch of money from that, so let's get a recycling center here and another one right next to it. And here's hoping that does some good for us. Here's hoping that that will actually, you know, funnel into the city nicely and actually collect all this garbage, because people are unhappy. They are not too keen on the garbage at the moment. Now what I'm thinking is we'll do a bunch of commercial zoning just around like this, and then I want to do offices on the avenue itself. I want to try and keep the commercial zoning off of those avenues if possible. And I'm also thinking, whilst a lot of that builds, I want to do some fences. So let's start just boxing in the park a little bit. So that'll go out to there and there. We're gonna need to connect all these together, which is gonna be a bit of a challenge, I think. But we shall certainly see. So we go around like this. We'll go to these spots as well. And then let's see. So what distance are we going to be looking at on this? Let me turn off guidelines because that's going to mess with me a little bit. Can I get this to snap? I cannot. Okay, what if I was to say 41? Is 41 the distance I'm looking for? No. Is 40 the distance I'm looking for? It looks like it is. Okay, so 40 by 40 on these curves will give me exactly what I'm looking for. So we can just take that around and absolutely box in all of the park here, get rid of the zoning on it, and just make it look that little bit better. I am going to need to get trees in here, but we do have the prop line tool in this this particular playthrough. So I can probably get some really good looking trees around the outside of this park. For the time being though, I'm going to take out all of the trees because I'm going to want to design this 100%. And I'm also thinking that maybe what we could do is throw a plaza there. Throw a plaza right about there. We'll throw another one right about there and one right about there as well. And I think this place just leveled up. It absolutely did. Do they have power? They do. That's fantastic news. So what else can we throw in there? We have cafes, we have restrooms, we have info booths, we have the chessboard, which, I'll be totally honest, I don't really know where we'd put this. Seems like it would be difficult to place. What if we just throw in a bunch of the cafes? So we just do like 2 of them at every one of these little like intersections here. So one there and then one just across from it. So something kind of like that. You know, I don't mind that too much. I think that looks kind of interesting. So we're going to do that just the whole way around the park and see if we can just maybe get it to level up like crazy. See if we can get a lot of people to use it. We'll see if we can maybe get a park that's going to be profitable, because I don't remember if I've done that. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I have. I feel like I've had a park here and there that ends up being profitable, but I usually tend to say that I just like have them charge nothing, so we'll find out. Let's also do this and this. And I think we will just go for a bunch of restrooms as well. Again, just because I can, really. That's kind of the reason here. It's a fair bit of money, but these don't cost too much per week, and they will probably go a long way to make this park a little bit better, a little bit more popular and all that. So something like that. That looks all right to me, and I think that does bridge power in the middle as well. So hopefully we'll see some good things come of that. It does look like we're seeing a lot of people that are sick right now, so I'm wondering, yeah, healthcare availability is a little bit rough. So what if we had a hospital and we put it down here? Is that a thing we can do? It is. We can get a hospital nice and central by the looks of it. So we can get a hospital there, and I might very well do that. I might put a hospital maybe over there and over there at some point. Might not be a terrible idea to do that. I think we might absolutely have to try it at least. But I think what I'm gonna do, just to sort of finish this weird design, is I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna take 2 loans just to give me the money that I'm gonna need for it. And I'm gonna just bulldoze a lot here. And I'm not 100% confident in doing this, but I'm gonna do it regardless. So I want to bulldoze all of this pretty much back to there. Take out all these buildings. We're going to need to move that fire station, which is fine. We'll move it to over there. We can just bulldoze all of those, take out the paths, and I really hope this works. Also, I went ahead and put some fences around the roundabout because I think it looked nice. I forgot to mention that. As for this area, similar story, all needs bulldozed. And then, honestly, up here as well, kinda needs to go. Also, the cemetery kinda needs to go. That's gonna be awkward. Do we even have crematoriums? We do not. Okay, okay. Alright, so we can't finish this idea. That's great. Tell you what we'll do then. We'll put this road back in. We'll put that road not there. What's blocking it? What is blocking that? Is it just the other road blocking it? I think it was. Yeah, it totally was. Okay. So we'll do that. We can do a bit of zoning there and in there. And that'll be fine. That can stay. All of this space needs to go. This bit needs to go. This bit probably needs to go. And then what we're going to do is basically just bring this same avenue up from about this spot to there. And then we're going to curve it around as well. And then just clone the same design that we had on the other side. So this road here can go out to that spot. Then we skip one. And then we skip the 2 middle ones. And we get this one. And that seems all right to me. What's interesting is this road actually goes straight in there, which I like. But I'm going to change that a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I want to go like that. And I want to have that road actually loop around a little bit. So that's going to come out of there to that spot like that, right? And then we're going to have it go into the middle here. So that is 9 units. So what if we did a slightly more shallow curve? If we turn off guidelines very quickly and go 5. If we wanted to line this up, we go 4 by 4. Which is not much of a curve, but that does at least give us like a highway connection to this main avenue, which I think is going to be important. So that's something I think I do want to do. It would be nice to connect this to this area, but it kind of already does that. So I think we're all right there. And yeah, I think this is all kind of okay. I think it'll do the job. I'm also going to move these recycling centers out to this area as well. Might be a bit risky doing this. We are going to be putting a lot of traffic into that space, but it is all going to be industrial, and a lot of it is just going to be exporting. So my hope here is that by doing this, we're not completely messing this area up. We're definitely adding more traffic, but I'm hoping that it'll be able to cope. I'm hoping it'll be able to manage. I'm also thinking the power plants could probably get moved out here. To be totally honest, I'd kind of like to get rid of these at some point. What other options do we have at the minute? We have geothermal, which doesn't actually output as much as the 2 plants that we have, but does look a bit more interesting. Could we throw that anywhere? We could put it here. It's 65,000 though, so actually, never mind. I think we're good. I think we're good to let the simulation run for just a second, just to see what ends up happening. Obviously, this is all going to be a little bit, you know, less than efficient right now, but I think we can manage. I also think we need to change some of these roads. So this right here should only be a little kind of 1-lane road. In fact, I'm thinking that one is going to have trees on it. It's going to have a median and it's going to have trees because it's right there by the park. Although, the park's going to have trees, so this can just have grass on it. And then the other ones can be sort of regular grass-lined roads. So, the entire way around those roads on the inside will have grass. And then these ones a little bit further out, I guess we could put trees on. I think I will just do regular grass on the sides, though. Although we do need people to park in there, too. We don't have parking lots. Oh, I've just realized I don't have parking lots. I haven't installed any. Oh, this is a travesty. I'm gonna need to fix that. I am gonna need to fix that for sure. We need to get, we're gonna need parking lots in here, that's for sure. I don't feel like myself when my city series don't have parking lots. Definitely gonna be needing that. Definitely gonna be needing parking lots. Let's go ahead and change you to be that kind of road. Change you, delete you, and change you. And then this continues around like so. All right. So that'll give us plenty of traffic flow. They should be able to move pretty well there. We've got space in these corners for like other park type things. We've got space for more commercial as well, actually. So let's get that in here. And then all of this is going to be for essentially residential. And I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to tear out all of this industry. And we are going to need to get a new industrial zone. We really do need to get a new industrial zone. I'm thinking we might have to start building this area down here. I did place a road there, by the way. I don't know why. Gonna get rid of that. I'm not really sure why it's there. But I'm definitely thinking... Definitely thinking that we need to get more industrial zoning, and I definitely don't want it near this space. I'm also wondering how I can connect all of this together, because right now it's two very separate spaces, which all look a little bit weird. So we're gonna have to figure that out too. We do have a bus depot though, so I think before we do anything, before we wrap anything up, before we do anything of the sort, I want to get some bus lines in here. And I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is go from here to there to that space, And actually, no, from there to there, I want it to go out to this industry. Wait, can it not do that? Is it not able to get out there? You know, suddenly I don't think it can. That's interesting. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So you would get onto this highway. You can go straight on. You can take that right there, which loops around there. Oh my God. I don't think you can. No, hold on. You can go straight here, which then loops over onto that road, which loops out to... Oh, you can't. Interesting. I didn't actually realize that. Okay, well, that's gonna need fixed. We need to get that connection in here. That's apparently too short. We can fix that, though. Let me get this avenue here. So we'll sort of do this with it. And then bulldoze you. What have we got here? Oh, it's level 3. Nice. Okay, well, that was quick. And then in terms of making this work, I guess this sort of thing where you go like that. That's a very different type of road there as well. We need to go with this. Yeah, that looks all right to me. So that should be fine. You're gonna go exclusively that way. You're gonna go exclusively there, and you're gonna go exclusively there. I said exclusively there. My mouse just wouldn't click it. I swear it was the mouse, not me. And that goes that way. So we need to loop that around is what this tells me. Okay. 10 by 10. 10 by 10. And then straight under, I guess. Yeah, straight under works. Can I get it to line up with that spot? I wonder if I can make this all look really planned. That's my question here. So what is this distance? 19. Okay, so we would need to go 19 from there, which is that spot. So if we do that, this should now be 28 by 28. It absolutely is. We can fix all this in just a second. And then... Actually, I'm wondering if we should do this, because that's just going to run straight into that spot, which is going to be a nightmare. I don't think we're going to do that. It would look really good if we did, but we're not going to do that. What we'll do instead is go from here and have it run down here, because I think that's just going to be a lot better. So we'll turn off these guidelines for a second, go into that spot, and see if we can do this. So 22 by 16, that's not great. Let's go a little bit further forward here. Then bring this out slightly, and then we'll have those two just linked together. So 12 by 11, that's fine. Okay, that should work. That should give us a connection to this area. I can't believe I hadn't noticed that. Genuinely cannot believe. Wait, hold on. Can they not go there? So you would need to come off of here, go around, and yeah, you actually would. Okay, there actually was no access. That's interesting. All right, well, that's that fixed. Let's get that bus line going then. So I want to go to here. Let's say to there, and that'll probably be fine. We want it to go back into the city. I'm just going to have it go to this area, though. So 1, 2, what are we doing? It's this road, 3, 4, and then back out. So like that. It's just going to be sort of an express run out to the industrial area, and I think that's okay. I think that'll work. I think we can manage that. As for the industrial zoning itself, I have no idea where that's necessarily going to go. We're also going to need to fix this connection, although, yeah, I think we will want to fix that connection so that people can kind of get down there easier. So what are we going to do with that? That is the question. I need to remember what this slope was, don't I? So this slope here was 30, and then this bit was not 8, not 9. So we want to go 9 and then 30. Let's get this nice and even. So wait, was it 8 or 9? It was 8. Okay. So 8, we can fix that a little bit. Elevate that, and then we want to go straight slope, elevated down to the ground. That looks all right. It's a bit unnecessary. It's a bit huge, but whatever. And I guess it can just connect over here. I guess that's fine. So what are we looking at here in terms of distance? So from that spot, it is 17. So we're going to want to go 17 there. So we can get our curve. And I think, honestly, I'm going to keep this elevated so that we never zone on this road. I think I do want this to be a road that is sort of just perpetually a way through places. In fact, we could even sink it down if we really wanted to. That's an option that I think we're going to do. So let me go and say that this road here is going to sink down by, let's say down by 6 there, which isn't necessarily enough, but that's fine. This road here is going to be 17 by, turn off guidelines, 17 by 17. Let's make sure straight slope is on and go down by 9, which for some reason does a tunnel. I don't really want it to do that. I'd really like it to not do a tunnel. I'd like it to be like a bridge or elevated or whatever. I guess it's going to be by 6. Then if we can't do that, that's all right. So keep it elevated. Go to here. 17, down by 6 meters and to there. And that sinks it down kind of nicely. I don't know if that's sunk enough, but I think we can make that work. If anything, actually, we could go to this spot here, sort of along those areas, and just lower it even further. It doesn't have to go too much, but just about that much, just to really sink that part down. I think that looks all right, though. I think what we can do, if I'm a little bit cheeky, is basically go off of road guidelines, go to here, for example, and then I should be able to go across that, right? I think. So if we go 10 there, first off, raise that up to the right height. So it's going to be that height. It's also still elevated, which is kind of part of the problem. So upgrade you, and then let's do to about that edge. Let's do to about the edge there as well. And let's see, if I elevate this, does that actually looks all right. That doesn't look too bad. I think I do want to make sure the bridge is like an even height. So we can do that sort of thing with it, but then we can just raise this bit up and it actually kind of looks okay. Yeah, I like that. I think we're going to leave that just as an example of the fact that I can do this, and it gives me an idea of what it can look like. We do need more water, though. We do need more sewage treatment, so let's get those done, and then I think we will go ahead and wrap things up before today's episode. I think what I want to do, though, is bulldoze this, and I think I want to put some keys in here just before we do anything. I want to get some keys because I reckon if we do that, and if we do that, we can use the marquee tool to grab all of it, including that bit, get it all to the same height, which it already is, and then this gives us a really nice area to, first off, take out those power lines. Second off, do a bunch of these. So a bunch of the eco water outlets, and I'm gonna have them just sort of touching like that, so that they kind of really look the part, and then just connect them together, and power is kind of the big deal. So let's run some power lines just over like that, I guess, and we can lower that down, and that looks all right. They actually look kind of cool there. I want to select all 3, make sure they are the same height. And they should start working for sewage output. In terms of water availability, we do only have the 2 water towers. I think what we could do is just be a little bit cheeky and essentially just add another water tower there. And that should be fine. That should give us plenty more water. It absolutely did. Sewage treatment, actually, yeah, it is fine. Okay. So this is working. That looks fine. We've got another water tower here. This area down here is building. We do have big demand for industry, but I think we're gonna have to wait, honestly. I need to figure out where the industrial area is going because I just don't know yet. I just don't know. So we're gonna need to figure it out. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!